What's up, savages? It's your boy Havoc the Savage, back for another video. And in this video, we're doing what if Deku was a Dragon Slayer, part 2. And in this part, we're gonna basically start off where we did last time. And yeah, so basically, Deku doesn't get one for all right there on the spot because All Might is like, is he strong enough? And All Might has a debate, and All Might is like, okay, we're gonna train him for 2 months and then give him one for all. So that's what All Might does, trains him for 2 months. Basically gives him too much to clean the whole beach, and he can use his rock quirk. So basically, he was training with his quirk and cleaning up a beach. So he was doing something good for the community, and also training with his quirk. So then, after those 2 months, basically Deku has 8 months to train. So after 2 months, leaves 6 months left, and All Might basically gives Deku one for all, or all for one, or which I sometimes forget. My bad. And when All Might does that, Deku like, all right, cool, and now he has an actual quirk, because he's a Dragon Slayer. It's not actually quirk, it's a magic. And actually, Deku has like this thing on his chest, and it's like this gray thing that grows, and All Might seen it grow on Deku, and All Might knows it's not a tattoo. At first, All Might was like, is that a tattoo? And All Might was like, I'm not going to say anything because I'm just not. Maybe it's just a weird birthmark. And then All Might slowly sees that it starts to grow. So it started off as like a dragon symbol on his chest, and now it's been growing, and it's up to his shoulder. When it gets down to his hand, he'll unlock the full potential of a Dragon Slayer. So basically, the 8 months are up, and it's the entrance exam. And in the entrance exam, Deku actually can handle 20% of one for all. So Deku can just use 20% of one for all whenever. So when they say go, or no, when Deku actually walks into the place with Bakugo, talking to Bakugo, and says, may the best man win. And Bakugo says, I will. And Deku says, oh, really? Bet. And, just being childish, and they go in there, and Deku never trips, so Deku never met Uraka. So they go into the thing, and when President Mike, says go, Deku uses one for all in his legs and jumps right into the thing. And right off the bat, he takes all the rocks in the area, swirls them around, and basically sends all the rocks at the closest robots, and annihilates all the closest robots. So Deku, that's like 30 robots. So Deku's like, alright, I'm pretty sure I'm in this, but let's keep going. So Deku basically uses the metal from the robots and makes them go around his hand. And he starts just beating on every robot. And then he hears someone yelling, help. And he turns around, sees the 0 Point robot, but still hears someone yelling for help. And looks and sees that it's Uraka. And Deku instinctively acts, and he uses the ground under him and makes it go in the air, which pushes him up super high in the air. And he says, Texas Rock Smash, and basically puts rocks on his hands and makes like brass knuckles, but it's like his full fist is covered in rocks, and he has like spike things coming from his knuckles. And he my bad, I just burped. And he punches the sludge villain, or oh my god, look at me talking about the sludge villain. He punches the 0 Point robot, and when he's going back to the ground, his arm is actually broke. Um, so his arm is useless. So he starts making the ground, and he brings it up so that it will catch him. But then he brings it up, but he makes like a bowl, and he puts dirt in it, and the bowl catches him, and he's like, whew, because he could have hit the ground, and then he lets it back down to the ground, and yeah. So after that, Deku goes home, and Deku gets a letter in the mail telling him that he made it into UA High. So Deku's like all excited and stuff, and a couple days later, he goes to his first day in UA High, and actually, Bakugo and Ida don't fight because Bakugo walks into class with Deku, and so they don't fight. So Bakugo actually goes to his seat before Deku because Ida jumps up and greets Deku because Ida was actually sitting next to Deku, and Ida was actually looking at Deku when he smashed the 0 Point robot. So Ida just wanted to talk to him really quick, and Uraraka walks up, and Deku's like, oh hey, and Deku doesn't flirt with Uraraka, but Deku basically, is like, I kind of like her, she's kind of cute, like that's what's going through his head, and so, well, you don't know, but, okay, so, basically, Eraserhead walks up behind them and says, take your seats. And they take their seats. And Eraserhead says, now go put your gym uniforms on and meet me outside. And he basically says, whoever fails this test is getting expelled. And they're like, wait, what? Oh my god, okay. Whew. Alright, let's go. And everybody tries their best, so... And the first thing, which is I'm pretty sure was the long jump, Deku, no wait, that was the 50-meter dash was the first thing. Deku does pretty well in that. He's just about slower than he's just slower than Bakugo, and the only reason why Bakugo is faster is because Bakugo is stronger in this because he trained with Deku. And actually, this helped Deku because Deku just made walls. So back when they were kids, but All Might actually taught Deku how to do something, and this was like he would take the rocks, put them on his feet, and put the rocks in the ground. Use One for All in his legs. And then use the rocks as a slingshot, basically. And he would turn himself into a slingshot. He would drive himself into the ground, and slingshot himself, and use One for All. So that's what Deku does, and that's just shy of Bakugo. So the next one is I'm pretty sure this one is the side step. Deku he can't do anything for this, so he gets better than a quirkless person would, because of the training. And so after that, Deku, I gotta think a little bit because so the next one is I'm pretty sure this one is the long jump. Deku actually gets further than anyone else except Bakugo. Uraraka, and probably Todoroki. There's probably a couple people who went all the way, but basically all Deku did was, do the same thing. He slingshotted himself, and yeah. So that one was pretty easy. Then comes the strength test. Deku comes second in that, I guess, because um, I can't remember his name, but the guy with the arms that can turn into like his mouth or ears or eyes, he wins that because he has a bunch of hands. So no one's ever gonna beat him. You got to be pretty strong to beat him. And now comes the ball throw. Deku comes second in the ball throw because this is what Deku does. Deku uses one for all in his hand, right? But then he also takes rocks and stabs them into the ball, throws the ball, and just basically makes the ball keep going forward because the rocks are in it. And he says, and then basically he looks at his teacher, Eraserhead, and is like, so when do you want me to stop? Because I can keep this going on for a long time. And then he's like, wait a minute. And he sends it up into the sky like Uraraka. And since it's in space, he gets infinity. And he's like, so do I come second? And he's like, no, you guys tie. And that makes Uraraka, she doesn't get mad, but she's like, oh, he's smart. Because he did that to get infinity like she did. So she's basically like, oh, he's smart for that. And basically, the points is Momo, Todoroki, Deku, Bakugo, and everyone else came to the same, just, lower. And actually, no one gets expelled because, just plot convenience. So no one gets expelled. And, yeah, so basically that's going to be the end of it. Next episode will be the team building and the USJ attack, if we can fit that in next episode. But that's going to be the end of this video, y'all. And I'll catch all of y'all in the next one. Stay savage.